Hello, I'm Alisdair Peebles and I'm standing in the Chinese drawing room at Pitsanger Manor in Ealing, and I was commissioned to paint the Chinese paper in this room.
Hi, I'm Rachel Spelling. I work as a decorative painter. So I was on the team of 3 artists working on this wallpaper at Pitsanger Manor, which was a really incredible experience for me. I have my own mural painting business, which I started about 7 or 8 years ago.
I do 2 types of work. Sometimes I'm commissioned to design something completely new for someone's house. And I'm also asked to recreate schemes that existed in the past. These projects, where you're asked to recreate something, they need quite a lot of research to begin them. What we're trying to do is to make our paper look as much like the Chinese originals as possible. And so I visited a castle in Wales, a bishop's palace in Scotland, and 2 big country houses in England. I was looking for a paper that would fit this room, and I found one in the bishop's palace. So I used that as the basis for this design. In a sense, you could say it's not a new design. It's based on something historical. And that is a lot of what I do. And I particularly enjoy doing that kind of work because I love artwork from the past.
When we started this project, it was quite an overwhelming task to paint this huge room. It took 6 months altogether. And my job at the beginning was to paint the leaves, which is actually quite a specific thing to do because the Chinese artisans had a way of painting leaves which is very different to how I naturally would have painted them. We would paint the base coat in very flat, and we'd use 2 coats because it was important that the paint was completely opaque. And then we would use a brush like this, which comes to a nice point when it's wet, and we would load it up with very, very pigmented, darker green. And then that is the way that you can create these lovely deep shadows inside the leaf. And then we take a 3rd brush, a very fine rigger, we call it, it's a sort of very long, thin brush, and paint those smooth flowing veins which are so characteristic of this period of Chinese painting. And actually that's one of the things that I still draw on today with my work, because it's something which I've developed into new designs which are a lot more contemporary than this wallpaper, but actually use that very specific historic technique.
So I went to art college and studied painting and sculpture and photography and printmaking, but for the last 20 years I've specialised in painting on walls in interiors. What I particularly enjoy about these recreation projects is that I'm trying to paint like an artist of 200 years ago. If you do enjoy trying to capture the look of something like that, it might be that this kind of painting is totally perfect for you.
It was a really satisfying project to work on. It's incredibly rewarding to see something grow as you're working, and to know that it's going to be there for a long time, and to know that a lot of people are going to be able to see it because it's open to the public. I think that was the best thing about this project for me.
You'll be asked to make beautiful artworks in beautiful places, and you might get to work all over the world. So if you like history and the past, and you enjoy looking at old things and you find them beautiful, then it's the perfect job for you.